Hello everybody, I feel like it's been a while since I've been on Facebook doing my Truthful Tuesday, so hi to all the replay viewers. I really appreciate every single person that chooses to watch this and, and being an awesome listener. So every time I go on here, I am nervous. I am nervous. I was like being in front of this thing for 5 minutes and I was like being really nervous. Hey Tom, how's it going? Welcome. So today I labeled this topic, what is really actually important? Because every day I want to ask the questions what are we mindful of? When people ask you what's really important, okay, I feel like somebody just fell down the stairs. I have 2 dogs running around and anyway, what is really important? Because if you only had tomorrow, next week, these are also freaking cliche. But I get to be vulnerable and truthful with you guys and just really tell you guys what's going on and how it's impacting my life and how this can possibly help someone else. So sometimes it's weird going on here because people think, oh my gosh, it's all about you. And it's not, I'm not coming from that place at all. I get to be vulnerable. I get to share so that other people can relate, because we try to hide, we try to portray ourselves on social media like everything's freaking perfect. And people do not relate with that. They relate when you are real and raw and you're sharing the ugly and the good and how you're overcoming that. Because wouldn't you say people are living in fear and pain every single day? So when you share, hi Clint, when you share these moments, it helps somebody. Okay? If it helps one person, that's all I'm here to do. So I'm going to talk about some few things here. So what's really important? This question is really popping up to me lately because I had a health scare. And this is kind of crazy announcing it on social media, but I get to be vulnerable and transparent. So I'm just going to cut to it. A couple weeks ago, I went to get tested. And hi, Mary. Just being vulnerable here, sharing about a health scare. That's why it's pressing this title of just what's really important. And had a health scare. I got tested. Hey, Rick. And the results came back really negative. Hi, Mom. Hi, bye. I'll be right there. And went to the doctors, and the doctors wanted to talk to me a week after they tested me for further testing, and they wanted me to talk to me in person that day. And he said, hey, Quynh, your results actually really came out worse than what I thought it could be. You have precancer cells in your uterus. You need to schedule surgery ASAP, and it's very severe. And he said all these terms that I did not understand. All I remember was severe, precancer, urgency of getting surgery. So I'm like, okay, all right. And I got a second opinion, and my friend's husband is a doctor, so he told me, Quynh, you have stage 3 precancer. So I'm just like, wow, hi. And so yeah, how do you react to that? For me, it's like denial. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm fine. But I'm on it as well. So as far as taking care of it, yeah, I'm scheduling surgery within the month, and there's 2 surgeries that I can do. One of them is where they take a good section out and they make sure that they get all the cancer cells out, and I go back and make sure nothing is growing. The second one is getting a hysterectomy, which is where they take out your whole uterus, so you are not allowed to have babies anymore. Hey, Joden, how's it going? Talking about a health scare that I had, found out I have stage 3 of the precancer process before it becomes cancer, invasive cancer, and then that's when it spreads. So I just found that out like 2 weeks ago. So what is really important in life, you guys? Like, does it take something like crazy like this to happen, or someone dying in your life, or losing a friend, or losing this, losing that, or having a health scare for you to really think about these things? And, I'm grateful that I caught it early, and I get to really ask myself these questions. Okay, what is really important right now? It made me freeze for a little bit. Hi, Mimi. Hi, Brian. Hi, everybody that just hopped on. Apologize if I missed somebody. So, so it made me think about death, right? Like, wow, is my time, I'm going to be fine, but, made me think of like what ifs and stuff like that, right? And we get a little paranoid and things like that, but it made me think about death, if we died tomorrow, you guys, would you be okay? Hi, Jeremy, how's it going? So everyone is hopping on, so hello. I just shared that I found out that I have pre-cancer cells in my uterus and I have to schedule surgery. And out of the 4 stages, I have stage 3. So that is freaking crazy, right? So, and here's the flip side to this. I am so grateful. Like, it's been wonderful these past, for a week and a half. Yes, yeah, we need to reconnect. I'm so appreciative of the people around me all the time. And for those of you guys who don't know me that well, I started practicing gratitude and really be about self-love about 2 years now. And so, but this brings it to a whole nother level, And immediately I'm thinking, wow, these things are so needed. The health scares, the deaths, the losses, it's so needed because now we're really mindful. And as we live about our day, are we really being mindful of the most important people in our lives? It's so easy to say, yeah, my friends are really important, but are you acting in that? Are you showing up that you really care for this person? Are you expressing the love that you have for this person? Because people, when they think about dying, oh, like, what, if I only had a week left to live, yeah, there's going to be regrets because I didn't get to do this and this and this. Like, it made me think of needs and wants. And it made me think, wow, like, if I was to go, I'm going to be fine, by the way, but it's just these thoughts come in my brain. Like, what would I regret? I would regret not spending enough time with my family and not telling the people that I care about them how I really feel about them, not expressing it enough. So we get to have these health scares to be like, hold up, I really need to live really even more meaningfully and make sure my health is on point. Because honestly, I feel in my life right now, I have so much that I want to give to the world because there's so much heart and passion here. But in order to do that, I need to realize that I really, really, really matter. Shout out to Jason Bailey. He called me today and he was like, you know what, Quynh? The fact that we even exist right now means that we actually matter. Because if there wasn't a point for us to be on this freaking planet, we wouldn't be here right now. So let's just make it freaking count. And if we only have tomorrow, let's just at least make it count. So how do you make it count? I would love to hear what you guys have to say about really making things count. Oh, did someone request to go live with me? Okay, hold on. But yeah, who is requesting? I knew it was Jeremy. Room's wrong button. Ignore that then. Ignore that. It's okay. I can have you on later. So what is really important to me is and even before this, you know, I really want to, I'm mindful that my parents are getting older. And so I've been having these awesome conversations with my mom. Hi, thank you so much. Hi, Jordan. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. And that's the thing. I'm connecting with people who either had cancer or pre-cancer or severe, you know, either it's really, really early stages of pre-cancer or severe pre-cancer, you know, and it's like, wow, like I get it. I'm like being mindful of it. I shouldn't get too paranoid about everything because I'm just like, oh my God, does this cause cancer? Does this cause cancer? And I'm going freaking crazy, you know, but I need to calm down and be like, hey, Quynh, do the best you can. Live your life the way that you freaking wanted to. So really grateful. I've been really connecting with my mom, which is, you know, getting along with your parents is kind of like a tricky thing, really tricky thing, but I'm able to really like, you know what? I'm not here to argue with my mom. You know, she's coming from a good place and I get to ask her questions so I can understand her better. And this is so freaking crazy. I'm watching my mom like wanting to understand me and asking me questions. I'm just like, holy shit. It took me 29 years to finally get to this stage with my mom, right? So that's one. And my friendships, my connections, even if I known you for just a second, just a moment, we had an amazing coffee date, like connecting with a human being on a deep level where I'm showing compassion and vulnerability and I get to be that person to be there for them and listen to them is the greatest experience of all. And if I'm committed to my self-love and my self-care, I get to fully be present with them than expecting something in exchange. And I'm just noticing all of this stuff. And I catch my moments when I'm not fully really being there for them, like listening wise, because I have so much going on. So what does that show? I really need to get on top of my stuff so that I can really live in the moment. So with this health scare, it's like it might be the best thing that's happened to me because I'm even being more mindful of my time, more mindful of my health, which is I was already like, you know, incorporating more yoga and all that stuff in my life. Hi, Victoria. Hi, Walter Henry Sims. Hi. oh my gosh, and we get to move forward. Like, I'm not going to allow this to be like, oh, that's it, I'm so done. Always live life to the fullest and never leave things unsaid. Right. Hi, Kristen. So, for those of you who's just hopping on, what are some of these moments of things that's happened to you that's allowed you to really grow? I would like to hear that. Because how would people normally handle this when they found out they have, whether they have cancer, precancer cells, or a disease, or, my best friend, her, she's an amputee. She lost her leg at the age of 19. Like, we get to be so grateful. You will live life with a different purpose now. Exactly. Oh, thank you so much. And I was really, 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 really nervous going on here and sharing this with you guys because I shared it with my closest friends and family. There's still some people I'm trying to catch up with because if they had this, I would like for them to tell me. So it's been about almost 2 weeks now, and so I just wanted to go public and just share this because this is real life, you guys. And if you become better as a person, the way that you handle things, the practicing of being more mindful of the people around you and practicing gratitude, paying attention of what's going. Hi, Vanessa. Miss you. What's really the good things that's going on in your life? When things like this hit you, you handle it in a completely different way. Because I'm choosing to look at the shitty things as an opportunity for me to grow and be reminded about certain things. Like, for an example, like this pre-cancer thing, I get to be more mindful of the people in my life. Like, simply that's it. And all these new business opportunities came through this year for me, and I let myself date that. I let myself like explore what else is out there, and I became really overwhelmed. Hi, Lane. I became really overwhelmed, and I'm like, you know what? What is it that Quynh wants to create? And I'm like, hold up, I've been already creating that. These videos that I do, like I've been creating this, and it's all vulnerability, and I'm obsessed with transformation because of my own personal transformation. So I seek to pay that forward to other people. So I'm already doing that. Perhaps it just needs to be more, what's it called? More structured. That's it. I'm already doing what I want to do. And that's creating these amazing relationships, showing people that they can surpass the struggles that they're going through by being vulnerable and sharing what I've done to overcome these things. I have a friend in the last stage of life with brain tumors. So grateful she took the time and effort to travel when she first found out, right? Like, you're like, hold up. What is it that I really want to do in life? And I want to be the best that I can be, health-wise, mentally, spiritually wise, and just have the most amazing time with people. And all of a sudden, you guys, money is not important to me anymore. It's so freaking crazy. There were some opportunities I'm looking at, and the money was great, and yeah, there's a great cause with it and everything, and learning about new industries and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, when I found out about this, like, it did not pique my interest anymore. Because whatever it is that I do, I get to live in an abundance and create that, and the money will come. Because it's in alignment with just attracting enough support in your life to do what you want to do. So with me, you guys, I know for sure my industry of what I'm going to be creating out there is going to be about transformation. Hi, young staff. It's going to be about transformation. I have already created like one intro course about self-love with my friend Pila. So doing that spoke volumes to me because I was creating something from my own experiencing it and putting it in an organized format to give out to the world to help them find self-love, for an example. So I'm going to friggin' finish that course because we have to pay attention to things that resonate so much in here. You have to find out what that means. Hi, Gerald. Last year was my year of purpose, not money. Stay on that path, my friend. Yes, and thank you. That's so confirming for me because, oh my gosh, the money will come. But I get to do what I truly want to do as if the money's already there. Does that make sense? We get so distracted with the money, and I'm choosing, you know what? I'm not going to pick that just because of the money. I'm going to pick something is because it's from me, and it would be something that I would be happy doing for the rest of my freaking life. And when we go, we don't know when that time is. When we go, we will not have any regrets, and we have left a seed of growth and love and amazing lessons and messages to the people who are ready to receive that. Okay? So this is my real raw truth moment, and I appreciate you guys watching, and I get to practice courage because every time when I go on here, you guys, my heart was beating, and I was like, see, when I feel scared, but I know it's going to be something good for me, I have to say yes. and I'm kicking myself. I'm screaming. I was like, no, I'm gonna press that button. I'm literally gonna tell people about my personal life, about what's going on with me. Really? Hi, Roy. How's it going? So we get to move forward. We get to have these health scares. We get to see, it sounds so weird. We're like, health scares. I would not want to have that. But guess what? The way that's making me feel right now is amazing. The way that I'm spending time with people and really looking at people, like I see you. Like I see you. You're not just a human being floating around this freaking planet Earth. I see you. Hey, Roy, because people don't get enough acknowledgement. People do not feel important. They are already beating themselves as much as it is. Hi, Terry. Hi, everyone. So we get to be that light. And with these things that happen to us, we get to flip it around and be like, hey, this is something to overcome. This is my opportunity to be stronger. This is my opportunity to show people that, hey, it's not the end of the world. You can surpass this. You can get through this pain, all the worry and stuff. When you have a dream, the facts don't count, right? All the facts go out the door. You're like, you know what? No, it's possible. I'm obsessed with that dream. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care what the numbers say. I'm going to go and do it. Thank you so much, Roy. I really appreciate that. So for those of you guys just hopping on, you got to watch the replay, but I shared about finding out about something a week and a half ago. And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to share it with you guys, right? And it's the doctor found precancer cells in my uterus, and is at stage 3 of the 4 of the precancer stage before it hits invasive cancer. So that is just nuts. But it's helping me and pressing the question of what is really important. Are we doing things just because of the money, or are we doing it because we want to? It fulfills us. And the time that we spend is actually with the people who freaking matter. When we're all going to pass away, we're all going to die at some point. It's just really taking that question, and you're actually thinking about it like all the time. And so when you choose to do X, Y, and Z, you know it's in alignment of what fulfills your heart. And it's the people that you would love to be around if, you know, forbid something happens. But you know what I mean? Hey, Ka! Good seeing you. So I have really nothing much more left to say, unless I would love to hear about the toughest times. You know, things come unexpected. I would love to hear about those unexpected times and how you're able to overcome that. So Jeremy, I don't know if you're still on. He was like, hey, actually, I want to talk. So isn't the Facebook amazing? They want us to connect. You have the ability to be like, hey, I have something today. I'm pressing that option. Hey, Jeremy, how's it going?
Whoa, hey, what's going on?
I saw you messaging me. You're like, you actually wanted to be on, right? So it was still pending
Yeah.
there. You guys, Jeremy is someone who, when I first connected with him, you shared with me that you wanted to help people be a safe place for people to go to when they're grieving.
Yeah.
So I just remember that, and you're an inspiring entrepreneur. I mean, you are an entrepreneur, and we're in the same realm as far as like transformation, being that safe place for people. You know, thank you so much, Clint.
Yeah.
But yeah, Jeremy, hi.
Woo! Man, it's been forever. And I'm over here just like typing on my laptop and over here watching you. I'm just like, oof, man, this is like, seriously, I'm over here.
I know.
Hang on.
No worries. I know
Whoa.
you. I know you pressed
Yeah,
request
like
to stop your
conversations
live
going
a while
on.
ago, so.
Yeah.
I
But no,
know.
yeah, I'm over here typing and having a conversation with one of my business partners, and I'm over here just like listening to you and just driving me to them, just like, whew, man, heavy. And it's just like everything that you're sharing is just like flashing back and reinforcing and driving me like even further to why I do what I do.
Yeah.
Because before my dad was murdered, is that's over those 2 years I've put every single effort, every single moment that I could have taken for granted to put back and restore that relationship with him. And it was something that, I mean, this is after a childhood of abuse. Like my dad did everything except sexually abuse me when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's how I got my start in business too. Like my mom made me go work with my dad and to build character. And gotta love holes. but the movie, but so it was to the point of behind the scenes. I never really told her about all the different the different stuff like prostitution, drugs, and all the like firearms, and it was just all it was really rough. But I was
Wow.
enthralled. I was just kind of I was just more so just kind of I guess you could say in shock and awe of all the stuff I've never experienced before. I'm like just came out of puberty, just hitting at 12 and 13, and all the stuff that's happening. And next thing I know, I get actually to my bedside after being addicted to probably 10 combinations of drugs. By the time I was 16 years old, just depressed, suicidal, and
Mm-hmm.
and I was on my bedside. I was going to kill myself. I was so fed up with it. I was so irritated. I had got everyone's trust back because that's what means the most to me. Like trust is the number one thing. That's the number one honor that I can ever have with somebody.
Yeah.
And that's when I was very philosophical and different stuff. I was saying, I mean, I talked a good game. And then when I got everyone's trust back, I got arrested again. And that's when my whole life just shattered. And that's the night, I mean, I'm a Christian, so that's the night I received Christ in my heart, but that's when things started to shift. And the more I learned that I was forgiven, the more I learned that I was loved, the more I understood.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause, I mean, as we love ourselves, we love people. That's how we're designed as a person. Like that's not like a super duper like order from anything. That is an observation. And that's what it's like, dude. If you understand you're forgiven, the more you understand it, you're gonna give that to people, and you're going to hug the
Mm-hmm.
way you've been hugged. You're going to speak to people the way you've been spoken to. It's just it is a natural wiring of ourselves. And
Mm-hmm.
it actually all boiled back to a Thursday night. And I was on the way. I was like, I had picked up two friends to go to church on a Thursday night. I'm just like, I honestly did want to go see my dad. I'm over here because my dad was the most headstrong dude you'd ever met.
Wow.
Like, yeah, he no matter what, at all cost, he was right. And it's just
Wow.
like, and it really got to a point. It really got to a point where I was like, you know what? I'll go see him, tomorrow. It's no big deal. But something in my gut was just, it was just like, you know how you go to try and do something and you just like your gut just tightens and you know it's not right.
Yeah.
And,
Oh my
it's just
gosh.
like, ooh, I don't really know if I should do that or not. But then you have just like, something just seems right about doing something so weird. Like you'd never do at a left field. You're like, that makes no sense, but okay, whatever. It just seems right.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because my dad, prior to me picking up the last person to go to church for it, I actually was. He had called me because he had popped his Achilles tendon, and he had like one arm before I was born due to a construction accident. So when you pop your Achilles tendon, you're a pretty stout dude. That thing hurts, and it's like, I mean, you can cry all you want, your manhood's still intact. Like it's still
Mm-hmm.
like it was. I started booking it, and then he ended up calling me, said he didn't need my help because one of his girlfriends was coming over to help him out. And yes, I mean that exactly. And I already knew what it meant, but that's when all that happened. And I'm just like, he called me back when I got close to this house, and he told me that he didn't need my help anymore. Something was off. And
Huh.
it really, I couldn't put my finger on it. So I went and picked up my other friend, and I got to an intersection, and just that's when I had that gut tightening feeling that whether or not I should go see him or not. And
Oh
I
my
just like
gosh.
every time the thought came in my mind to go to church, I was like, I got that gut tightening feeling. But then every time I thought my mind went towards going to see him, I just had peace. Like it was just something in my gut that was just like a breath of fresh air every time I thought about going to see him. So I was like, you know what? I always follow that breath of fresh air feeling, so I'm gonna go see him. Turned out I called him. I said, hey, I don't care who's over there. I'm gonna come see you anyways. He's like, okay, that's cool because she went to go pay her babysitter before she started babysitting. Last time I checked, you pay after. But so went over there, and that was the most electrifying 30 minutes I have ever spent with my dad. Over the 2 years of restoring the relationship, losing count of how many
Hmm.
times I cussed him out because I was so frustrated and pissed off. And I always called him back anyways and just apologized, and I always ended up, and I love you. But 2 years of that started to shift him. And it wasn't to where I tried to fix him, but it was just because I loved him.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, in most people's eyes, he didn't deserve it. Totally cool. Like none of us do. But yeah, just being honest, because we all make mistakes, and
Yeah.
we're definitely not, um, we're definitely not the person we were when we made the mistake.
Yeah.
And that's when every all the stuff that happened over the 2 years is like when I left his house that night, we were joking, having a great time. Everything that was
Mm-hmm.
done, it was like it was finished. And the following Monday, on the way to a family reunion, is when we got the call that he'd been killed. And
My
that's
gosh.
what it's like. And that's what I was saying. All that kind of that literally was flashing through the back of my mind as you were sharing your story. And I'm just like, there are people that are living right now that they don't understand that if they have to forgive right now before they can.
Ooh,
The pain of
love
regret
it.
is so intense. It's possible to overcome it because I've overcome it and I've helped other people overcome it. But it is such so much more in depth process than preventing it by doing something proactive.
Yeah.
And it is so crucial that it's like you will die. People will die. You don't know
Mm-hmm.
when. So why not
Mm-hmm.
take advantage? Stop putting it off until tomorrow because if you don't, you probably won't be able to help it.
Right. And it's
And
yeah,
man,
I totally it's almost like these things need to happen. Like you wouldn't have the story that you have right now if that didn't happen. I mean, it's you know what I mean? Like as horrible as things
yeah,
can
totally.
sound, like your father got murdered, but then the beautiful story of like you reconnecting with your father and just this like like before he passed away because you don't know when anyone's gonna go. So I love how you said forgive now. Like I'm so grateful that I've forgiven everyone. I mean,
Yeah,
we're all on our own journey, and it's like we're all human beings trying to figure it out. Because no one wants to be
yeah,
lost. No one wants to be evil. No one wants to be like toxic in someone's life. It's just, it's
for sure.
internal. It's so internal. And if we can forgive and see past that, maybe perhaps that's all they needed. Someone to not judge them and just let them, let them have a chance. I don't know.
Well,
And it's
that's the mercy that we crave as people. Like, there are bad things that happen for bad reasons, and there's the good that is derived out of the bad things that didn't happen from the thing that's causing the good. And so it's like because the thing that's giving the good lesson is not the thing that most of the time caused the destruction. And
yeah,
because there are things that are at work in our world that try to destroy us, but it's the best feeling in the world to kick it in the teeth every time is because you're going to live out for the good from it because that's what like the things that old saying that it's like what doesn't kill you will make you stronger, but it's huge dividing line, but it's neat because that's like what it's fine, haters are fine, I don't care. And it's amazing because that's what's beautiful is that everyone goes through similar things and it's not a matter of
yeah,
um, no one's alone. Everyone has
yeah,
the different type of scenarios and different type of situations, but like
right.
we're all in this together. Yeah, and
Yes.
that's why I'm excited because I've got friends who are in stage 4 cancer right now that were in stage 4 cancer that actually beat it and overcame it. Like a
Yeah.
good friend of mine, Shannon, that I'm connected with on Facebook. I'd love to introduce you to him, and he's actually down in my hometown, and just man, an awesome guy, but yeah, absolutely just inspirational, and that's why it's just amazing to be able to have that. And so it's like your drive stirred me, and there are some things that I'm just over here just thinking like I'm up late tonight, and you know, and just working on some things. I'm just thinking like, man, that is it's just it's different when you are always saying these kind of things, but when you hear it repeated back to you in the same kind of
Yeah.
depth, it was just like
Totally.
and so yeah, it's awesome.
Oh, Yeah. No, thank you for like, hey, I would love to, yeah, I saw
Oh,
that. Like
well, I was
Facebook
first
is so
joking about like, and then I heard you say like, "Oh, we'll do it later." I'm like, "Wait a minute, hang on."
Oh my gosh. No, yeah, it's great
Oh,
doing
someone
this.
got one
And
of their
every
bucket list on
time,
here.
what was that?
Oh, go ahead. No, sorry, someone posted a comment. I don't know if I'm pointing to it correctly or if I'm pointing down, but
Yeah, no, you're correctly. You're pointing to it correctly. Is it which one? Which
sweet.
comment? That one?
By playing Mathis. I
Mantis
wonder if
bought a
it was
camper van to
their
haul the
first.
world. When I recovered enough from my big health scare, best decision of my life. Still alive 18 years later, and glad the illness made me change my life for the better. This life is not a rehearsal for the next one. It's the only one you get. Oh, boom! Yes, yes, yes. Thank you for sharing that. No,
Dude,
like
that's epic.
it's That's epic. I ask these questions where it's like, what would it take for you to finally be grateful and really, really appreciate it and really be
Yeah,
mindful? Like, what would it take? And so far, my answer, yeah, it takes tragedy, man. It takes a scare. It takes something.
right.
That's because
Because I
it'll
mean,
be emotional. I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts when you hear me say that? Because we can learn from other people, right? We
sure.
can learn from other
There's a
people.
there's a
I don't
saying
know.
I'm
Does it have to
thinking.
be personal?
I'm racking my brain. There's a saying that just keeps coming to mind. I'm just like, God, it makes so much sense, but I can't verbalize it. Dang it! You know, you have those moments. And, oh my gosh!
It's just
And
a great
so it's
question. Or
like,
you don't, yeah, you
huh?
don't have to answer, but it's just a good question to leave people thinking about it,
Well,
Like,
no, I'm saying
what's
it
it
made me
take?
think of a saying that I'm racking my brain about. It's like change. People change for a couple of reasons. One of them is pain or the value. That's what it was. Pain. People change because of the pain is too much and they have to change, or that the
Yeah,
value of them changing is greater than what they're going through right now.
that's also true. That's also true.
Unfortunately, most people choose pain, because we always have those
Yeah.
moments of like, I knew I should have done that. Dang it, you know.
Yeah, I know. And how many times do we have those moments like, oh, dang it? Like me on a weekly basis, on a daily
I have a
probably,
PhD in
a few
that.
times a week. What was that?
So I have a PhD, and dang, I should have done it.
Oh, that is great. I am a master of I should have done it. Dang it.
Oh, that's
No,
wide
but
open for
yeah,
a joke. I'm not gonna do it though.
that is hilarious. That's so good. But you guys, hey, we all have these oops, and we get to learn from it. And if it wasn't that painful, it wouldn't matter as much. So I don't know, man. It takes pain, dude. Like to really because let's just say you messed up, right? Like you really
Oh yeah,
messed
dude,
up. Like
pain's
you
part of
really
life.
messed up. What was that?
Sorry, I keep interrupting you like a bad habit. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. It's kind of lag too, so I don't know if when I'm talking, like you're hearing it in real time because your voice is kind of laggish too. So, but anyways, it's all good. It's all good.
No, I've just been. You're perfectly fine. I've just been interrupting you. Totally cool. There's no excuse.
Because there's so much passion. Yeah, there's so much. There's so much
That's
passion.
true.
That's why sharing your experience reminds me of how important it is to appreciate every day. Wishing you the best. Thank you, Playing Mantis. Thank you so
Dude, that's
much.
awesome.
Hi, everyone that's watching. Hi, Pablo. Personal experience is much more powerful than someone else's story. I can totally
Oh
agree with you.
yeah,
When it freaking happens to you, it resonates in a completely deeper space. Completely,
and that's
right?
yeah. Pain
Hi,
is part of
Jason.
life. Okay.
Yeah. And if we can learn to embrace the pain, what do you think about that? If we can learn to embrace the pain and look at
Oh,
pain as an opportunity to grow, like that, that is
oh, of
that would be
course.
awesome. Because
Yeah, no,
people
totally,
avoid
man.
pain.
Like, dude, pain is a part of growth. I mean, like we have an old phrase in business, growing pains. Like, dirt. Like it's
Yeah.
because we're pain is. I mean, it is unfortunately a part of life. It's something we have to push through. And is it? The shadow of a dog never bit anybody at all. And
Ah,
but it's like pain is something. I mean, even if it's self-induced, which the majority of the time it is, But but what happens is, I mean, there's two different types of pain. There's good pain, there's bad pain. You know, there's bad pain that we have that come from bad decisions that we made, whether it be from ignorance or stupidity. And then we
Mm.
also have the growing pains of us going to the next level and cutting things off in our life and pruning it, but also putting in new disciplines and new habits and bringing in new people and overcoming some
Yeah.
things, maybe be loneliness
Right.
or a depression,
Yeah.
to be able to be to
Hmm.
shore up those areas in our lives. Yeah, that's something
Hmm.
that is, yeah, pain is an absolute part of life, because without it, I mean, honestly, we never understand or appreciate the pleasures, you know, as
I
and regardless of what it
absolutely
looks like.
agree. Yeah, I
Totally.
absolutely agree. Someone said pain is beautiful. It makes me feel alive. Veronica,
Is she frozen, guys? Oh, okay, now she's back.
I'm so sorry. My friend just called me. That's why it paused. Did I
Yeah,
pause
you
at like
literally
a weird
froze like.
face? I
Well, it's
love those
like
moments.
I can't
I
remember,
love
like
those
you're
moments.
like this. I'm like, guys, I think she's frozen.
And I saw you doing that too. I saw you doing that. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Yes.
continuing on. Veronica, thank you, Veronica, for being on here. She says, I've learned to embrace my pain daily. Many people who aren't in my light being circle don't understand why. I love crying it out. Girl, I relate to that because
Maybe.
if I feel it, I'm just gonna let it out, and it's like therapy. It's
Hell
exhausting,
yeah.
but you get to just, whew, however people
Well,
work through it, right? Working through
dude,
it.
100%. Like we have emotions. Like we're meant to enjoy them, but also they like there's venting time. That's why I carry my journal with me at all times. Like
Yeah.
this thing in the
Mm.
back of my pocket all the time. Like seriously, it
Your
is.
best friend.
So like for me, I have to write it out. Weird face, no way. But you know, it's like, oh, thank you, Paolo. Just kidding. But did you see your weirdest comment?
What, the pain is beautiful?
No, weird face, no way. You're so beautiful. I was like, oh, thank you, Paolo. But
Oh, see, I didn't see that. I didn't see it.
was
Beautiful.
that a snort?
No, me?
Yeah,
Oh no, 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 no.
it's
Right?
okay.
Was
It's no
that a
big deal.
snort?
It's not
I didn't
clear.
hear it. I gotta watch this replay. Great practice to get centered and aware. Yes, yes.
Yes.
Great practice.
Well,
Yeah,
like
the
a lot,
journaling.
like
I journal too. Yeah, it's
dude,
great.
I like this helps me vent it out, because I remember the first time I ever started journaling.
Hmm.
This journal, I imagine this one about three times the thickness, and in 30 minutes, like all the stuff, like all the way halfway through it. And I mean, this was like it was about like
Whew.
this wide, that wide. There
Yeah.
was so much going on up here, because you know you have your mental, then you have your it's your mind, your will, and emotions, and then your spirit. You know, and so it's
Mm-hmm.
like you have so much of that. um your mind, if it's cluttered, it's going to really fluctuate your emotions, and then it's going to really jack up your decisions and your will. And so it's like, I mean, our words are so powerful. If we look back on what we're doing and we're complaining, I guarantee, like, if you're in a bad mood and any conversation and joking, and promise you it's in joking too, like, you know, because when we joke about something, we make light of it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the definition of despising.
Mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you despise something, you're going to you joke about it, but also it's something that if in our words, like out of our heart, our mouth speaks. Period. Like the
Yeah.
state of our heart, where we're at, like you can really locate somebody with how they talk.
That is so true. That is so true. And with that said, like I'm literally like watching what I say and what I feel. And because like, yeah, no, you're absolutely right. When we joke about something, there's some truth to it. When you're being sarcastic, there's some truth to your sarcasm. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
You're joking about it, but there's something really serious. There's a serious
yeah. It's
undertone
like
to that.
oh yeah, it's a symptom of something that's way deeper of the root cause.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's like whenever someone jokes about it, you're like.
You're like, there's something to be worked on there. Oh, you're like,
Like, and
ooh.
that's
Right.
the one of the
No.
biggest. Yeah, that's one of the biggest things, man. It's like with our words, like actually, you know what? Let's have some fun really quick. drum roll. But but like I want you to mentally count from 1 to 10 really quick. I'm gonna I want to show you. I just want to. This is gonna be really fun. So count from mentally from
Okay.
1 to 10 in your mind, and then I'm gonna randomly tell you. I'm not gonna tell you if it's 1 to 15 on when you count from 1 to 10. Uh,
Okay.
so just kidding. So it's like I'm not gonna tell you when I'm gonna say your name, but when I tell you to say your name, you have to say it verbally. Okay?
Wait.
Got it?
Okay. So I'm gonna count 1 through 10 in my head.
Yes, we help mentally from 1 to 10 in your head. But I'm gonna when
Okay.
I tell you to say your name, just like that. Uh,
You're gonna tell
but
me when to say my name.
yeah, I'm gonna tell you when to say your name, but you have to say it verbally. So when I tell you to
Okay.
say your name, say it out loud. Okay? So start from counting from 1 to 10. Okay?
Okay. Okay.
Say your name.
Quinn.
What happened to you counting up here?
Gone. Right? Gone.
It went straight.
All right.
It
So
went straight
okay.
to your name.
I so
Even
is
though
this
that's a
okay? So
very
this
simple
practice showing.
exercise.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You said this is a simple exercise for.
Yeah. It's a simple exercise of pattern disruption in your mind. Because what happens is you can't mentally think about something and then you speak something differently. And it's a very
Yes.
simple concept, but it's universally applicable to anything that we're going through. We control our mind by
Mhm.
our words, period. But then what happens
Right. Right.
is
Right.
you then to start change your mindset of the grooves that your thoughts flow down. Like, because we have random thoughts come in our mind
Oh
from all ends of the spectrum. Yeah,
yeah.
but then
Yeah.
not all of it's true. There's a bug right here, but the little one like gnat bugs. And so, but
I agree with you.
yeah, that's when it says then a fake one that needs to watch what she says. Don't be PC with me, be real, be wrong. Oh yeah, absolutely. Don't be plastic. I think I got that. But yeah,
Yeah.
and that's the biggest thing is like with your changing the way that you think to really benefit your health, and even just everyone around you, is it starts with your words. It's like it's those. So did I ever show you my tattoo?
Nosh, I don't believe so. Are you gonna show it
What?
to the public here? Are you gonna show on live?
Yes, hang on. It's my whole back. I'm just kidding. No,
Oh my gosh.
it's right here.
Like, all right, a whole masterpiece. All right. All right, so it's
Yeah,
on your arm.
yeah. It says anthem.
Okay.
It's a little tough. Hang on.
Oh wait, it says man wait, what's it say? Man?
It
Anthem!
says
Anthem! It's
AM.
freaking backwards, that's why. Yeah, gotcha.
No,
On
sorry.
Facebook Live, it's
Yeah, it says
like
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it says Metna. Metna. No.
Metna. Sorry. Can't hear.
No,
Metna?
no, Meta. Whatever.
Meta.
But Metna. But like so our that's our anthem is on the inside of us, anthem. I also painted to feel it. Well, yeah, so your anthem is something that I describe as your passion. The thing that
Mhm.
like that one thing that you always get that aha moment about doing the most random stuff ever. Like, if you were to explain to people, like, literally how you came to that conclusion, this aha moment, they would look at you like you were crazy. Like, how in the, what? You
There's
know
no
what I
right or
mean?
wrong way to get there. There's no right or wrong
Right.
way to get there. You know.
Exactly. But that's the way we're designed. And so, like, what happens is that thing that roars on the inside of you, that stirs inside of you, that lights you on
Mhm.
fire. Like
Mhm.
that's the one thing that, regardless of what you're doing, you're gonna get new light shed on that thing, to where you could be cutting the grass, you could be studying, you could be driving the car, you could be hanging out with a friend, you could be playing freaking video games, you can play Mario Kart, like you can be playing anything. The next thing you know, you see a banana fly across the screen, you're like, wow, that's a really good idea for a shape of an invention I've been thinking about. What?
No, I get
Like,
what, yeah. It
you
it can
know?
come from anywhere, just and would you say finding those aha moments actually okay, I'm thinking about okay, there's no wrong or right way to get to the aha moment, but you're bound to find it when you're on your journey or when you
Of
are
course.
intentionally doing something, you
Mhm.
know, and then those aha moments come, right? It's only when
Oh
you're in
shucks,
that
I don't try to like I don't be like I'm gonna have this aha moment here. Yeah, right. Yeah, on Tuesday at 11:33 p.m. with Quinn, I'm gonna have an aha moment. Check. Nope. I wish. That would be
It
awesome if I could
comes,
schedule that.
yeah, right.
That's one thing.
Every day at midnight, I have my aha moment. I cannot miss it. So
See,
therefore,
and that's how you can catalog that in Asana, done or Trello, like whatever. Done, check. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, no, that is something totally that when you're enjoying life, that just
hmm
comes fluidly. Even if you're
right.
not, but it's like it's the one thing that it's like the thing you see through. It's literally the pair of glasses that you're wearing because that's your perspective. That is
hmm
that's your mindset. That's the way you're hardwired as a human being. That's your anthem. That's the one thing that you were designed with, that you see things. That's how you perceive things. That's how you come to conclusions. That's like what you assimilate things with, and you're able to really understand them with that. Like how some people will bring up something completely like obtuse that you're not even used to. You're like, what? Why are you explaining this with that? It's the way I understand it, and that's exactly and that's exactly it. Like we're all wired differently to understand things,
Yeah,
but that's what makes it so valuable to one another because we need
yeah.
each other, and that's what's so cool is that with that perspective. Oh, hey, McCain just come on, and so did Nate.
No.
But
See, you're seeing what I'm not seeing sometimes.
oh,
I
my
didn't even
finger's cut
see.
off.
Yeah, yeah. I see
Oh, hang
Brian
on,
and Hans. That's who I
hang
see
on.
right now.
Here, make up the rest of the finger. Hang on, we gotta get the
Oh my
size.
gosh. That is hilarious. That Desmond, how's it going? Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. That is
Your
hilarious.
finger's so small.
Wait, I gotta make it closer. See, so it's bigger. See, I can match. Oh my god. Wait. All right, that calls it the end of the show. Okay, and great ending. Great ending. No, I really appreciate this. No, I really gotta go though, but that's
Yeah, you're
perfect timing.
done.
And we're done. No, I so appreciate you. See, we got vulnerable, we got emotional, we laughed, we, got like hyper, we got passionate, we had aha moments. No. So how's it going? Hi. We're towards the end. I was doing my truthful Tuesday, number 14, sharing about some stuff, and then Jeremy was like, "Hey, I don't mind being on." And then you can see that button with the person with the small person. Yeah, if you click on that, you're inviting yourself to say something on live. Okay, so I wasn't here last Tuesday because I had some stuff going on. I was just tired. I'm just being super more mindful of my health. I was like, you know what? Health is more important. I was like struggling a little bit. I was like, oh, I told everyone that I would be here every Tuesday, but last Tuesday was the only Tuesday that I missed. Okay, but my health was calling out to me. Resting was calling out to me, so I chose that over, going on. And so yeah, here I am, number 14, with Jeremy as a surprise guest. So if you would like to be a surprise guest, just watch. If you have something to say, just click that button, and you'll be a guest. Okay. Hey, Joanne. Oh my gosh, had some amazing people hop on that I haven't talked to in a while and stuff like that. But Jeremy, thank
Oh,
you.
hey, I
If you
saw the
guys gotta
rush
watch
on
the
there.
replay, like I want to
Yeah.
thank you for just being so vulnerable, and that's what it's about. Truthful Tuesdays is about being raw and real, like no filter. I don't care if you
Right.
cuss. I don't freaking care. Just being raw because that is what connects us human beings to connect. Like the bad, ugly, whatever. Like really,
Hey, the
really,
ugly, the
really share
beautiful, and
stuff.
the wood, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah, exactly.
I
Whatever you
didn't
want to
catch
call it.
it.
Okay, Paula says, have a good night, Quinn. Sweet dreams. Take care. Be safe. Happy Thanksgiving. Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Much love
See
to all of you guys.
guys.
Jeremy, thank you for being on. If you guys are not following Jeremy, he is in the same scope of growth, giving value to the world, and really being that safe place. And I know that you're creating a movement of a place for people to grieve. Jeremy, you're so fun. Jeremy, before we go, since you're on here, if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would you say? Hi, Genevieve. I know that you called me, so Genevieve was the one that called me. Genevieve, I was on live, obviously. I'll call you right after this. But Jeremy, since we're getting off and you're like a surprise guest here. Hi, yes, I know. 3 words that would describe you, and just things that come up to mind. You know.
Bold,
Oh, bold.
uh, pioneering, and legacy.
Okay, you guys. So that's Jeremy. You guys, bold, pioneering, and legacy. I love that. Those are great.
I'm
Those are
looking
great
at you
words.
through the screen.
What?
So I'm looking at you through the screen.
Oh, okay. See if I do this. I'm looking at you. See if I do this. Hi, Jeremy. And I'm supposed to be like that, right? Oh
Exactly.
my gosh,
Oh, hang on,
that's
hang on,
so
hang on.
funny.
Let's do it. Hey, let's do it one more time.
Ah!
Yeah. That's so terrible. I just thought about that. Oh my
What if I like
gosh.
punch you? That's it. Don't even. Don't even. That was so symbolic. I'm just kidding. No, that don't even. Don't even. There. Jeremy, we're having fun. That's all good. Okay, you guys. Thank you guys for watching. This was a lot of fun. This was vulnerable. I mean, this was. You guys got to watch the freaking replay. Every time I do this, I get freaking nervous because I'm like, am I really about to share this with people? Really? Am I really?
Jenny.
I know, y'all crazy. Yes, I think you know what? The laughs that we get really makes us hyper, right? Like we're not
Yeah.
on alcohol, we're not on coffee. Actually, I drank a little coffee earlier, but just that you can bring that out of people, just have a few laughs. What? I don't even know what. Is that what you're
No.
taking? Whatever that is. Whatever. Is
So
that what
I'm
you're
looking
taking?
at
Is that what you're
no.
average? That's so high.
No.
What is it?
Yeah, no. It's called Brain Awake. It's really good stuff. I get it at Walmart.
Okay, Walmart, brain awake. All right. Walmart. Okay. All right, we're gonna go now. We're gonna go now. All right. So, Jeremy's cracking me up right now. Okay, you guys. I'll see you guys next week for number 15. I try to hop on around 9. If you guys don't see me at 9, I will probably be on later, just because sometimes. Anyways, all right. I'm gonna
Hey,
go
we gotta
eat.
do the nerd salute.
I'm gonna what?
We have to do the nerd salute.
The what? I can't hear.
We have to
I'm
do the
so
nerd sign off. Yeah.
The nerd sign off? I don't know what that is. Hi, Benny. How's it going? We're actually just
It's
getting
it's
off.
the weird one we do like yeah, just like yeah. It's
I've never seen that. I've never seen. I'm- Jen, you want to be the guest? Okay, you'll be my guest next week, whether we're in person or like this. I'm down, girl, because we did such an amazing live a few weeks ago. Anyway, can you do that, y'all? Again, I'm not gonna do it because I can't do it like you. But can you do that here? Like,
well,
what
I'll
the
do
hell?
that after I say this. Quinn, it's always good to have a friendship with you. It's always good to have been connected with you. It's been to the point of I've been friends with you that I forgot how we got connected. And it's one of those cool things that regardless of what goes on, your energy and your smile that literally lights up a room, and it's something that that's just don't just keep walking in that. And so
Oh. I knew that was coming. I was like, all right, it's gonna be really sentimental and the weird y'all thing. So I really appreciate that, Jeremy. Really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you
absolutely.
so much. And Jeremy, like much love and light to you too. I see you doing your thing. That's the amazing thing about social media. You get to see what people are up to, whether it's fake or
Yeah.
real, you're putting that energy out and I feel it. Right? I mean, with that said, social media can be very manipulated, but the people who are
Hey,
genuine and real, it shines through all that bullshit. Okay? It
high
shines
five.
through like bam, like that. So,
Yeah, high five.
high five. Okay, can we do it again?
Okay,
Oh, you
let's
gotta
go.
be close to the screen.
Oh, here, put my hand
Go
on
for it.
yours. What?
That is great. I'm so happy I went on live, you guys. I was like debating it. I'm so happy I went on live. Just for that. High five! That virtual
Hang
high
on.
five, you guys.
Oh, hang on.
Wait. All right. We going. We out. Okay. I'll see you guys next week. Follow Jeremy, okay? Um, he's bold, legacy, and pioneering. Okay. All right. That's the 3 words that he would describe himself. All right, you guys. We're really going to go
Seriously.
now. I don't know how many times we've said that. I really appreciate you, Jeremy. Thank you for bringing some humor on here. Oh my gosh. I thought this was going to be all sentimental. Like, oh. But
Hey,
look at
it was
that.
a good mix of like Baskin Robbins of everything that's good and wonderful under the sun.
Yeah.
Duh.
Duh. No big deal. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right, you guys. We're really going to go now. Like, seriously. Good night, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. And I'll see you guys next week. Follow Jeremy. Peace out. Okay. Peace out. Okay. No, seriously. Okay, Jeremy.
I don't know. How do we end this? You
Huh?
hit the end live stream. That's all you gotta do. Hang on. Do I have to get off first?
No,
Oh, hang on.
I'm just going to press finish and it's going to end.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye. Bye, everybody.